Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, February 18th, 2020. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. You'll notice this market continues to trend up. It has been trending up. We may be at a cycle low now, or a cycle high, headed back toward a cycle low. So at the moment, we are up at these highs. We do see the lower trend line comes down like here. And you'll also notice that we have been up here at these highs for the last 5 days, very similar to what we talked about back here right before we may have seen something like this. We're already seeing some settling pressure here, beginning with the overnight session last evening. Again, this market's been very, very bullish. I would say that if price were to come back towards, say, the 37.5 here, that could be a short-term buy for a continuation. But if it breaks below that zone, breaks below 50 and then starts breaking below 40, that might open up a return back toward the lower edge of the channel here. Call it 32.86 half. That would be a retest of the FOMC key level from January 29th, and then that could be a buying opportunity for a continuation higher. So right now this market remains poised to continue higher until proven otherwise, although we may see a near-term pullback from these highs at some point. It could still be a buying opportunity once that pullback has been completed. Let's take a look now at the NQ. You'll see here with the NQ very similar price action. This thing's been trending up at the upper end of the channel right now, still pushing through this LVN here, and that's very important. Again, we could pull back as deep as that LVN and the top of the previous month's range and still be a buying opportunity for a continuation. So right now, while we're at a cycle high and could see a pullback, that pullback could be a fantastic buying opportunity. Again, this right here, that's the previous month's high price. That's about the 90.13s. So between 90.10 and 90.20 could still be a great return buy opportunity if it even got that low. Right now, that may not even be the case, as this market has been very bullish. All right, next, let's take a look at crude oil. This one has pulled back and may be due for a significant bounce. You can see right now this is the low below the previous month's low. You've seen a pullback here, and now we could see this thing launch higher. At the moment, we are holding below the previous session's low. Previous session's low, you can see it right there. This could be a failed new low opportunity for a big blast off higher. If this market can continue to hold, say, above that 50-60 zone and the previous month's low, this thing could have a big push back toward 57s. A failure to hold this level could get pretty interesting, and we may just go sideways. But breaking back above on a higher low here and being able to hold a higher low in this pullback could be rather significant moving forward. So keep an eye on the previous session's low, as a failed new low opportunity may develop. Lastly, taking a look here at gold futures. You'll see here with gold, this one is pushing higher and is retesting the previous month's close. That's what we talked about last week when we were in here all compressed. I mentioned if we pushed higher, look for a return trip back to the previous high. We sold off the first 2 days away from that level, and we've been quietly moving our way back. We finally got that target here. But remember, this market really hasn't gotten much above 1600, only once in past 6 years, and pulled back quickly. So we may be coming up to a point here where we might see a return trip back toward the lower edge of this range. We could stay in this range for a while before we see the next push up. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this develops the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.